Okay. Hello and welcome in to ROX on the Pond. Today is Thursday, November 6th, 2025. I'm here with the, I'm on short notice here. Impeccable Isaac, man. I think I've used that already.
We've used it, but hey, we are definitely on short notice right now.
Yeah, sorry guys. We were going to have an episode out Tuesday. We tried doing video for the first time as we are here, but some issues with the audio occurred and we didn't have any. So unless you guys have deaf friends that can really lip read,
yeah, that would have been perfect for you guys.
I wouldn't put it out. Yeah.
I mean, if you want it, it's 50 minutes of us doing a lot of this with nothing.
Yeah.
So,
but we did our World Series recap.
We did.
It's far enough removed now. But as we know, the Jays fell short in the World Series, and the Dodgers repeated as champions, and Yoshinobu Yamamoto was, in fact, the World Series MVP, getting 3 wins throughout the series.
Yeah, that was the lump sum of that one, of that podcast that we did.
It was a great series.
It was.
A lot of historical moments, but I think both of us think it's far enough removed to start talking about the off-season here.
And there's already been a lot of moves in this off-season.
Yeah,
Holy
a lot
cow.
of guys opting in and out, a few smaller things, and then I think earlier today the Padres just filled their managerial opening, so I think the Rockies might be one of the, if not the only team remaining. We still don't even have a general manager yet, so that's great.
Yeah, look at us go, making moves.
But we're here today to start breaking down the off-season plans for some of these teams going forward. We're going to start it going by division each episode, and we are going to go first with the division that represented the American League in the championship, and starting with the team that did it with the Toronto Blue Jays. So for the Jays, they're good for them. Their roster is going to look a lot similar to their World Series roster. As we all know, that's how far they made it this year, and they won their division. When you look at this team, right, of course, Vlad has the $500 million contract. They'll spend the money. They have the money to spend. Yeah. And they probably feel like their window is still open, barring how this offseason goes. So there's probably still a lot of excitement going in, especially considering the fact that Shane Bieber opted into his $16 million contract. I didn't think a lot of people had that happening, and I think I don't know if feels that they have a shot at coming back and doing it again, or if he feels that he can put up ace numbers like his COVID Cy Young year and get an ace type bag. But he's back for another year, and he'll take that. Let's see here. I really thought he was going to opt out and he was going to be one of the more sought after starting pitcher targets, but they'll have Anthony Santander coming back and healthy, so maybe he'll have a 2024 kind of year next year and give him 40 homers for what they got him for. But
right, yeah, I mean, Bieber's is huge.
Yeah, I really didn't see that coming.
I didn't see that coming either. I mean, especially for him to opt into it.
I thought the only way he was going to opt in was if he pitched terribly in his time after Tommy John, and he pitched good. He pitched in the World Series a lot. I mean, I'm sure if they win the World Series, I think he probably opts out. Yeah, because he can get a lot of money.
Yeah,
I think he could have gotten a lot of money either way. But they're, like I said, their returning roster is going to look a lot similar. They don't have too many guys hitting free agency. We'll start with their pitching. Max Scherzer and Chris Bassett are both free agents. Chris Bassett, going into his age 37 seasons, coming off a $21 million contract. That's pretty big, but I think his expected market value is around 15.5 AAV. He's coming off a year where he threw 170 innings and had a sub-4 ERA, 3.96, so solid starting. I guess I'd have to look at the starting pitcher market because it always seems to be going up, but I don't know if for a 37-year-old, 15.5
it's a little
seems high.
Yeah.
I could see them bringing him back though. We'll get into that.
Yeah, but probably not for as much.
I mean, and in the playoffs he was a bullpen guy, but probably during the year he'd be their 4th or 5th starter, assuming Savage is up for good, which I'd assume he is.
Right.
And then on to Max Scherzer. I mean, think it was yesterday, he came out and said his family has fallen in love with the city of Toronto. And, I mean, as far as leverage goes, that kind of gives him less in contract talks. But I do think he'll return. I think it sounds like that's what he wants. He's coming off of a $15.5 million contract going into age 41/42. So
he's up there.
Yeah, and I would expect a lot less of a deal, and even more so maybe if he's willing to take a team-friendly contract to maybe reallocate some funds to other guys.
Yeah, and I think the big one's going to be, especially with all the other teams that we're going to start talking about, that team-friendly contract.
I mean, I don't know how much you can expect from someone who's that age.
Yeah.
It is Scherzer, and he pitched good in the postseason, but I mean, if you can reallocate those funds to re-signing some people we'll name later, like Bo Bichette.
Yeah,
I mean,
that'd be a big one.
Yeah. So I think for what I've seen for Scherzer, the market value is around $9 million.
Okay.
AAV.
Which is respectable.
I would assume he'd only be on 1 or 2 year contracts.
Yeah.
The thing with Bassett, though, at age 37, he's probably wanting a 2 to 3 year contract just to finish out his career.
Yeah.
It'll probably be a 1 or 2 year though. With Sir Anthony Dominguez is their only reliever who is going to be a free agent. He got traded to them over this last year. He's going to be 31, so still not old by any means. Probably technically going into his prime. And he has crazy stuff. I mean, his stuff it gets up on you fast, and he's got a lot of movement to his sweeper slider.
Just controls
97, 98 sinker. Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes that's just his downfall.
And I mean, he still had 3.16 ERA this year, just under 11 Ks per 9. So he's striking guys out of the bullpen, which is what you want out of the bullpen.
And a decent ERA, really, too.
Yeah,
really good
not,
ERA.
I mean, it's not the end of the world. The Rockies would sure love to have that.
The Rockies need to have an ERA in the 3.
Yeah, that's a long shot.
That's a long shot.
But that does it for their pitching. So like, it's not too much of a worry.
Right, yeah.
Going on to their hitters, their free agents are going to be Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, Ty France, and Bo Bichette. And both of the first two I mentioned were acquired via the trade deadline this year, so they wouldn't expect it to be holding on to them, I would think.
Or if they do, it's going to be super minimal.
Yeah, which they could probably get more elsewhere. For Kiner-Falefa, I don't see them re-signing. He's a good utility infield guy, but this team has a lot of utility guys that they've used, especially if they get Bo Bichette back. It shouldn't be like we need more depth in our infield, because you have Clement and Lucas, maybe he just plays outfield. But either way, I don't see them re-signing him. And Ty France, he actually won the Gold Glove this year.
Did he?
So at first, because he came over from the Twins. So, I mean, someone will probably try and give him a decent contract. I wouldn't imagine they're going to re-sign him, considering they have Vladdy at first, and he was more of a postseason bulk up for bats. He's going into his age 31 or /32 season. He's not listed as making much as far as AAV, but I could see him getting maybe like a 3-year, $9 million contract at best if he's playing Gold Glove first base and finds the right team.
That's just it. It's finding the right team. Who's gonna like his bat the most? Yeah,
and he's not a terrible bat as far as, I mean, first base you want him to hit well,
right?
But, the big fish that the Blue Jays really have to get done is re-signing Bo Bichette. This is super interesting because you really never see shortstops that are this good and young hit free agency, period.
Yeah.
You see Bobby Witt get extended. You see Gunnar Henderson. I actually don't know if Gunnar Henderson has his extension yet, but he has plenty of time for that. You just really don't see them hit free agency this young. He's going to be 27 or 28, I believe. I think he's 27 right now, so he'll be 28. He hit 311 this year, and he was second in hits in the AL while missing a month.
Jeez.
2 years ago was his only outlier season. Like, he had one bad year where he hasn't hit well, but other than that, if you look at the frame of work, it's hitting 300 or flirting with that, and I don't know a team that can't use that.
Yeah, any team's gonna want that. Like the Rockies, we should go and get him.
I mean, Bleacher Report did a rankings on his free agency like best fits or whatever. Who should go
Yeah.
after him? The Rockies were 5th, and I was like, I don't think that's gonna.
We're not
happen.
gonna cough up the money.
Also, Ezekiel Tovar at short.
Yeah.
We could a talking point for Bichette now that we've seen him play second is would he potentially move to second in free agency or whatever, considering his bat is so good but his glove is so bad.
Yeah.
I don't see him moving positions really. I think that's one of those things where if you're getting a shortstop that's hitting 300, you're going to live with, however many errors it's going to be throughout the year. I think there's very few teams that he would sign and be okay playing second.
He's gonna want a lot of money too, so it's also finding a team that's gonna want to cough up whatever contract he's gonna want.
Yeah, and I think the best comparison contract-wise, the most recent like shortstop free agency signing we had was Willy Adames, and he got 7 years, 182 mil for 26 a year, is what that would be. And I see that ballpark. I think that I think he could get more than 7 years, so pushing the total maybe to the 200 million mark. And I think that's fair. I mean,
like a 9-year 210.
Yeah, I think it might be an 8-year. I don't know. And you can see him playing in other positions because he's shown it a little bit. He might not be permanently at short, and it's about how you age too. So
right, yeah, and especially how his body feels after injury, coming off of.
But he played great.
He played
in the
good.
World Series off of no reps.
Just in case if he does hurt himself again.
I mean, with that though, I think that he's shown that his bat to ball skill is good enough just to be in the lineup. Period.
Yeah, and especially with the DH and all that being a thing.
Yeah. So really, the needs for this team. They must re-sign Bo at shortstop. That's
that's a must.
You have the money for it. I think he would be on board staying there after a World Series run because, it's one thing if you see your team is falling short and it's not going to happen and they don't have the pieces. But when you were really that close, I don't see why he wouldn't re-sign if the number was right. You get to stay home. I mean, you already have a home in Toronto.
Right.
Yeah. It would just make life easier. I think it would. I think he should stay. I think it would be good. I think more guys need to be doing staying at the team that they've been with their whole career. I mean, it would just work out well for both teams or both sides.
But the issue though comes with the money. A lot of people a lot of ball players like the money. So
there's a pretty high tax amount if you're not Japanese in Toronto. So. I still think they can give enough loonies and toonies to make it work.
Loonies and toonies.
That's Canadian money. They're silly.
Thanks, Kinsey.
And then I guess starting pitching. The only piece they're losing the bullpen is Dominguez. They can find other guys. A bullpen is something you can piece together, unlike a lineup. It's really starting pitching. I think Scherzer's going to re-sign. I don't know if I think they should go after Bassett. I think it's just not a crazy starters market this year. But that being said, aside from Bichette and Bassett, one player that I think would be really interesting for them to go after would be Ranger Suarez.
Yeah, and I know a lot of teams are going to look into Suarez.
Absolutely.
I think somewhere down the line here.
No, he doesn't have the velo it's so popular today. He's not going to be like Skeens or anything, but when you look at his career, especially postseason, he has a career postseason ERA in the ones.
Yeah.
He's coming off of a 3.2 ERA for a really good Philadelphia team. He's projected to get about 3 years, 75 mil. So 25 AAV, and that's I do think this is a long shot considering they already have Savage, Gosman, and Bieber. That's a solid 3.
Might not have solid 4.
Yeah, Scherzer I think is going to resign, so you can throw him in there. But I think if they got Ranger Suarez, they could definitely make a run back to the World Series.
Yeah.
I don't think this team's weakness is in the bats. Granted, they have to have repeat seasons from guys like Springer and a few of their breakout stars, but I think it's possible.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you want to go into?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that does it for the Jays. I mean, they don't have too much to do this offseason, I think.
Yeah, and I mean we'll go on to the Orioles here, who had honestly probably a underperformance season this year.
Yeah, the Orioles hype train was strong.
Holy
after
cow.
After the previous year.
They under 500, didn't even make the playoffs. And as a team they came in, honestly, it was a really good stacked team. They had their stars. But the hype was there.
Yeah, I think a lot of guys did have underwhelming years like Gunnar and obviously Adley.
And Adley was a big one for
Plus
him.
Losing Santander's 40 homers.
And you go and you look at their, key aspects that they've got going on for their free agency. They got Tyler O'Neill's. That was a 3-year, $49.5 million one. Includes an opt-out, so if,
And there's no word on if he's opted out?
No, not yet. That's, that's still out there. They just extended their catcher/first baseman Samuel Basayo. See, this is why I need you here. I'm not good with these last names.
Well, I did really want to talk about Basayo because with him getting extended,
that was an 8-year.
I think the rumor mill since he got called up and he got the extension has been, are they going to trade Adley?
Yeah, and that's where kind of where I was getting really at later down the road. Yeah, that because it's an 8-year, $67 million deal, all the way till 2034. 2034.
I mean, if he's the type of player they think he is, and they're not giving these extensions to Gunnar and stuff like that, they must really believe in him.
Yeah, and the big one is, their starters. They've got who did I have them? You got Trevor Rogers, Tyler Wells. If healthy, Grayson Rodriguez.
Grayson Rodriguez has the stuff to be good, and Trevor Rogers was maybe the best pitcher in the AL whenever he started being a starter this year. It was great. Yeah. He was great this year.
So it's for them. It's, really though, it's a whole finding pitching and position players for them, trying to fill those gaps and everything. Top, I think, free agent arm that they should look into is Framber Valdez.
Yeah.
He, left-hander, really good left-hander, but I did read that a lot of teams are looking into him. You got the Astros, Braves, Mets, Cubs, and Padres also being best fits.
I think he's debatably the best or second best starter arm available. The issues have been with him in the locker room, like we saw earlier the year, where he purposely crossed up his catcher. It looked like.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's necessarily going to cost him any money or disinterest teams from how good of a period pitcher he is.
Yeah, probably not. But the estimated value that he would come with was a 6-year, $190 million contract.
Yeah, I did read around a bit, and that's what I've been seeing for some of these. I think he is slated to get more probably than Ranger Suarez, which I kind of feel like Ranger Suarez is like basically the same guy. Just goes a little slower.
But I think now with it though, they're looking more towards the velo, unless you have 3 wipeout off-speed pitches. But other starters that the Orioles could be interested in, like we said, Ranger Suarez being one. You got Dylan Cease for the Padres.
Yeah,
he's a big one. Japanese right-hander. I'm gonna butcher this name.
Oh, let me look at it. I think
you got Tatsue Amae.
Tomoyuki Sagano? Is that who you're looking at?
No, this guy.
Tatsuya Imai.
Imai. Yeah, I was close.
Yeah,
I was close. And then Zach Allen for Arizona. Those are possible.
Yeah, Tatsuyuma Imai is coming from Japan, correct?
Yeah. So,
I think it's hard for teams in the East Coast to get that Japanese market because of the travel and the time zone differences with stuff. So
maybe they make adjustments, but it's just arms that the Orioles should consider looking into.
Yeah, ever since they lost, like Burns.
Burns was a big kill for them.
It was. Losing your ace is a gut punch.
Yeah, that was where they.
Now he got hurt this year in Arizona, but still.
Yeah, and then they signed a 1-year deal $2 million for outfielder Leody Taveras. Sure, I like the way I said mine. Yeah, this is a 2-year deal. It's 1-year deal, $2 million, and it's nothing it's just another guy to have on.
Yeah, he's fast. He can't hit for pop. I think he's mostly a defensive outfielder kind of guy.
Yeah, and then they re-got Andrew Kittredge. That was
Andrew Kittredge, yeah.
I don't know. They just traded him away and then got him back.
Yeah, he was actually a huge part of the Cubs postseason run.
Yeah, so good for them. They got him back, so that's a good addition that they've got going on for them. And then they claimed George Soriano off waivers from Miami. Who knows what he's gonna really do for them?
Yeah,
but here's the big one comes with these ones. You've got Gary Sanchez electing for free agency. You've got Zach Eflin, free agency.
Yeah, that one's tough.
You've got the possible talk of Adley getting traded. And you want to get this one for me?
Tomoyuki Sagano.
Yeah, see, that's why you're here. Say those names for me. And you got that and him coming off, going into free agency as well. So you got, some really big names going into free agency. You got a big guy in Adley having trade talks.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Orioles.
And a lot of teams that would
love him.
Probably give you a pretty penny for it.
Would love him.
Phillies with Real Muto being a free agent. That seems like a good fit. I don't know.
Yeah. So there's a lot of,
We're not there yet, Isaac.
We are not there. We are not there yet. But it's the speculation where if they're already given a catcher this big of a deal and that long.
Yeah, they must. Do
you really think
he's the truth?
You think Adley?
I do think Adley gets shipped. I do.
You do?
I do.
What team?
I think the Phillies.
You think the Phillies?
I think the Phillies. I think they can trade maybe one of their pitching prospects that maybe is not progressing as fast as they want to, and something else that can help them now for Adley Rutschman.
Yeah, and I see that. But
I don't know that they trade Painter, but they have a few other pitchers.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so
but Zach Eflin electing to go to free agency is actually an interesting one. He's a solid arm. He could be anywhere from a bad team's 2 to a good team's 4.
Yeah,
that's kind of the range of pitcher he is. I do think they should try to re-sign him.
Yeah, that would be a big one too. Especially they're in dire need of pitching. You can't let it.
And they do seem to have still a wealth of position player prospects that.
Yeah.
I mean that they can trade. I think Westberg's shown that he sticks, but Holiday, Mayo probably don't want to touch those guys. But Kierstad, you can probably move Kierstad. I don't think he's been traded. I don't know. They have a million guys that all look the same, that all are good. That I think that they could probably get some pitching help if they were willing to move some.
Yeah, and I know they don't want to get rid of Holiday, but he's a name.
I would hold off still.
I'd hold off. Yeah, but if it gets to the point where they're like, hey, we really need this top pitcher, blah blah, blah, and plus someone else, you could throw his name out there. And a team would take him.
I agree.
But yeah, I mean the Orioles, they just need the pitching. A lot of it, figuring out what they're gonna do with Adley. But yeah, I mean starting and relieving pitchers for them is a big must for them, and filling in their catcher roles.
I mean, we also saw Basayo in such a small sample size.
Yeah.
But Adley did have a huge decline in his play this year. Maybe like we were talking with Bo, it'll just be a one-off kind of thing. But
hey, only time will tell.
Yeah.
Only time will tell.
So that's 2 of the 5 covered.
That's 2 of the 5.
I think I'll go into the Red Sox here because this in our episode that didn't happen.
Sadly.
I gave my bold prediction for the next year's World Series, and I said Red Sox, and I sadly said Dodgers.
I'm not wearing my Dodgers hat, though, for this episode.
You just
Matt
have a bunch of Dodgers stuff.
Well, you see, I got the Trey Turner bobblehead, and we got a Trey Turner LA Dodgers baseball. It's okay. I got Padres and Rockies.
But this postseason can really be make or break for these guys. They kind of did really great last offseason in getting Bregman and trading for Crochet. But Alex Bregman and Lucas Giolito both opt out of their contracts to hit free agency. Both, I think, could come back if the price is right again. There's going to be a lot of teams bidding for Bregman, and Giolito had a great year. So we'll see what teams offer them. but Trevor Story opted into his contract, and that still has 2 years and $55 million left on it. Good for
Jeez,
him.
good
That's
for
probably
him.
more than he
Ever would get from the Rockies.
Well, yeah, he fell off. I still love seeing it. He had a good year, though, and I love seeing that.
Yeah.
That made me feel happy because made me so happy to watch.
It made me so happy to watch. He kind of reminded me of like almost the Troy Tulowitzki.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
But the Red Sox just have a ton of prospect talent, a ton of young guys coming up. I feel like they had a logjam at one point, and when it comes to like Bregman leaving, you could totally see them just plugging in Marcelo Meyer at third, and he looked like a bona fide, legitimate, third baseman.
Yeah.
And he got hurt, but we'll see what happens there. And then again with the trade rumors, these have been happening for like the last 2 years with this guy, but Jarren Duran is yet again in the trade rumor talk. During the season, I think the Padres were sniffing around that. I don't know if I would see the Giants doing that. It'd be wild if the Red Sox sent Duran and Devers there.
Yeah.
But,
hey, you never know though. Red Sox do some weird things
they
sometimes.
do. They do. I mean, this year, for example, with Devers and
Yeah,
shipping
you
him
know,
out,
they
yeah.
kind of go. They're like a gasp type
Yeah.
of thing that they do.
Yeah,
they're really
make
good
big
at that.
splashes. But the free agents on their team are reliever Justin Wilson, Dustin May, which is an interesting one because the arm talent's crazy, but he can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
Steven Matz, lefty, and then Lucas Giolito. That rounds out the pitching. For their bats, Rob Refsnyder, who is their platoon lefty killer, and then, of course, Alex Bregman. I'm going to start at the top with Alex because he's the most impactful one, and he's the one that is I mean, what he meant to this team was insane this year. On top of what he did before he got hurt, which is OPS was in the 9s.
Wow.
He was like texting guys late at night talking about hitting and giving these guys insights as to how to be professionals on a team that's this young. And I mean, throughout the year, there were articles and stories about how impactful he has been off the field, and that result was showing on the field. So kind of shedding his cheating skins
Like
and
Springer,
being being seen in a better light, maybe as a leader, because clearly he's a young guy on that team. He's not going to be in a position of leading, but if he's showing he can be a good leader with age and he can still produce in a 900 OPS clip, he's going to get a lot of money.
Yeah. Sucks for the Red Sox. That's like losing your big brother.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
I mean, a lot of teams are going to be in on him.
Oh, yeah.
He could absolutely stay with the Sox, but probably not. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
There's a lot of big name teams are going to be in on this guy because he's just so good at
and
baseball.
he'll get his money. He'll get what he wants.
Yeah.
Whatever his agent
And
tells
he
the
had a
teams.
decent contract going into those 2 years. I know his free agency last year didn't go how it wanted, but I think it'll be a pretty big one.
Yeah. That's tough.
With Lucas Giolito, he had a great year, a 3.41 ERA in 145 innings. He did get hurt right before the playoffs, so that kind of really hurt their playoff chances when they started having to throw like rookies in clutch situations.
Yeah.
But with him going into free agency, that does add to a fairly pedestrian starting pitching pool, so that's interesting. It'll be harder to get him back because it's such a average year. It could have been better if guys like Zach Gallen and Dylan Cease pitched how they're capable.
Yeah.
But like those guys going to contract years 3 years ago, we would probably be saying they both might have a Cy Young, and I mean, I don't know what's happening with Gallen. Cease could still show it, but
Cease,
Gallen
yeah.
has just looked terrible. Yeah, he's a free agent, but I don't know if I see them keeping Dustin May. I don't. With relievers, Justin Wilson had a good year, but again, a bullpen is something you can somewhat piece together.
Yeah.
You don't have to like.
Yeah. It's not like you really need him. You know what I mean? You want, of course.
But you can get another reliever in there.
There's a ton of relievers.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's not like a shortstop, right? Where
there's
Yeah.
every team it seems like had like between the Yankees, the Braves, and like at least two other big dogs. Like, all right, we kind of all have been trying to figure out shortstop. Like, so that's gonna be hard. But as far as their only other hitter goes, Rob Refsnyder, he's a lefty killer. I mean, he mashes left-handed pitching, but with that Red Sox lineup, there's just a lot of plug-and-play guys, a lot of based off of matchups at DH and in the outfield. So if the opportunity comes and he can maybe play more day-to-day, he'll probably go somewhere else. But as I see it, he's probably mostly a platoon player and will get paid as such. So.
Yeah, maybe 1-year deals. I don't see him I don't see him signing more than 2 years.
I feel the same way. But as far as that lineup goes, like I said, you have a lot of young talent that has gotten money and has shown that they can play.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you worry too much about the non-star power in your lineup. With the Sox, they have their ace in Crochet. Bayo is good. But they could definitely, with Giolito dropping out, they could definitely use a third stud to plug in.
100%. Yeah, and I mean we're going to go to their little rivals here soon, but
I mean, as far as like targets for bats though, I feel like outfield they're covered. Casas is probably in trade talks again. Duran, like I said, is in trade talks, but if I could see them making one big impact move, I think it would be Kyle Schwarber returning.
Oh, yeah.
He'll be a free agent. He can just sit in the DH spot. He doesn't have split problems, and
I didn't think about that one. Yeah,
there's some familiarity. I don't know how I felt about his time there, but it seems like everyone loves Schwarber, and the fact that he hit like 56 bombs this year, like he's gonna get paid, and I think this team could stand a lot more of a chance in a really tough AL East.
Well, and if they lose Bregman, I think you need to have that veteran that's also been to that stage.
I agree.
So like if they do, Bregman doesn't come back, you don't want to then get rid of Schwarber, and now who's really,
because what he brought was not only a great veteran presence, but a bat and a glove that is elite. So
and he knows
he's a big hole to fill.
And that's the big one is he knows. So getting into that, and then going to their rivals, the Yankees. They've had a lot going on.
Yeah, if they had to start the season today, I don't think they'd have a center fielder.
No, they've got so much going on. I mean, already you've got Paul Blackburn elected for free agency. He had a 1.5 ERA over his final 7 appearances. Pretty good start. Well, then you got in center field Trent Grisham. He elected for free agency. He batted at .235,
which makes sense. I mean, he hit 30 homers this year.
Yeah, 34 home runs.
He won't get like
crazy money.
No, because he won't get anything crazy, but showing you can hit 34 home runs and playing solid outfield. You'll
get paid. 74 RBIs from him. You got left-hander Ryan Yarbrough. Hey, I know you like that one. Anything with something like that, like you like your Savage, all that.
It's just as it's it's written.
He's a free agent. He had a 3-1 record with 1 save, 4.36 ERA in 19 games. He had 8 starts. 8 starts was his 3-1 record. 3.83 ERA. So he's kind of like
doesn't seem like he really had a spot there.
Yeah, he's kind of getting thrown around. He's getting a little passed around. First baseman Paul Goldschmidt elected for free agency. That he was batting at .274, 31 doubles, 10 home runs. Left field Austin Slater, free agency. He didn't do much.
Man, so many of these names are like guys that didn't even contribute.
Yeah,
in the postseason.
Luke Weaver, Devin Williams is in there.
I wouldn't touch Devin Williams with a 10-foot pole.
Ahmed Rosario.
Yes,
this
tacos.
Jonathan Loaisiga.
There you go.
I'm getting better at it. Yeah. He's elected, and this is the big one for him though too. I feel like Cody Bellinger.
Yeah,
that's a big bat. 272, 25 doubles. I mean, he had 5 triples. Good for him.
Plus great defense and
Yeah.
versatility.
29.
He can play first, and he can play all three in the outfield.
All three outfield and a first base. I mean, he plays 4 positions. That was a ooh.
Now, I don't know if I saw something or if he said it, but I believe there was sentiment that he wouldn't mind like going back to the Yankees if the number was right. Again, with a lot of guys, that's the case. But I'll return to where I'm already at if you guys pay me.
If you guys pay me.
Yeah, they're gonna have a lot of holes to fill.
Yeah, I mean they're keeping a lot of their main guys, and that's the big one.
Yeah,
you're keeping Judge, you're keeping
But the thing with these Yankees lineups is like, like Judge has done his thing and Stanton's done his thing usually, but what the hell is everyone else doing?
Yeah.
Everyone else is making errors and hitting 200. Like,
yeah. So and the big one is, and there were talks if Bellinger does go back in, it would be about 6-year, $175 million is what kind of the ballpark estimate would be. So I mean, you're looking. Bellinger's probably looking around $200 million.
Yeah.
So I don't think he'll go anything lower. There's rumors that they're interested in Tucker.
Oh yeah, Kyle Tucker. Yeah, well he's probably the best free agent on the board.
Oh, 100%.
But unfortunately, the teams that are to be interested in are LA and New York and San Francisco, and I don't think he'll go back to Chicago.
No.
So
but
I mean, if you're Bellinger, you're also waiting until he signs a contract.
because then your stock goes up. Yeah,
if Kyle Tucker gets a $400 million contract, which is in the talks, that bumps up Cody Bellinger's worth.
Yeah, then Cody can think of 230, 250.
If he could get.
But I don't think no one will sign him for that high.
But I could bump him up to 200.
Yeah, he'll get bumped up there. They signed Tim Hill. I didn't see much about that. I just know.
He was one of their more reliable bullpen pieces.
So they got him back.
Stretch at least.
But yeah, you got some of your big names, but they just lost a ton to free agency.
And a thing with their pitching too is it's all returning, right?
Yeah,
but
for the most part.
Garrett Cole won't be ready for opening day. Who's their lefty that's not Fried?
Rodon.
Yeah, Rodon won't be ready for opening day. Schmidt won't be ready for opening day. And there's another one that won't be
Geez, they got 5.
Yeah, they have pitching.
Just
They're
not
just
gonna be
all
ready.
hurt, and it's gonna be like a mid-season. They're gonna get them back in after 2 months, and they'll have these guys, but you don't know how they're gonna look.
And it never hurts though. I mean, they play so many games, so you'd like them to be opening day.
I mean, it's just
ready,
it just affects the season. If you're starting your season without,
your aces,
because the starting lineup goes from Cole, Fried, Rodon, Heel, and
you're chalking 3 of your.
And now you're relying on young guys like Schlittler and stuff like that who are great, but for a full season, it's not going to look exactly like it did in the post. Yeah,
and there's talks that they might get Bregman. They just got McMahon though, and McMahon really honestly didn't do too bad there.
And I think he can, with more time hitting there, those numbers will probably look better.
Yeah.
But he's there for defense.
Yeah,
it was a breath of fresh air for Yankees fans watching a game and being like, oh my gosh, a third baseman just went over the railing to make a catch or something. I haven't seen that.
He actually made a throw to first?
Yeah, it's it's ridiculous how bad their defense has been that this is he's turned into a defense replacement first.
And he was good on the Rockies though for that too.
Yeah, but people love to say that the offensive numbers were only there because he hit in Colorado too. So it's
yeah. Well, they said that about Arenado and his little downfall.
LeMahieu.
Yeah, every Rockies guy that was good.
Yeah, but they usually end up doing okay for a little bit. Arenado's
for a little
age.
Bit. Yeah, he's just got old.
Yeah,
he needs to get there, and bring Weaver back. He's still on the table for him.
Yeah, I think that's. I would try and bring Weaver back. He didn't have a great end of the year, but throughout the last 2 years when their bullpen's been struggling, he's kind of been the Band-Aid for it. But I wouldn't bring back Devin Williams. I don't know. I equate him to Cam Newton when Von Miller sacked him in the Super Bowl and like ended his career. I think that's what Pete Alonso did to him.
Yeah.
In the 2024 postseason when he hit a walk-off against him.
Yeah,
I think it
and
just broke him.
No one's gonna touch him.
People will touch him, but
yeah, but they're not gonna.
the Yankees, I think that relationship is sour.
Any
because of
playoff
those
team's
results.
not gonna touch him. How does that sound?
Probably. Well, I don't know. At least not for much money.
Right.
Let's see. That leaves us with the Rays.
The Rays and
The Rays are okay. There's like a handful of organizations in baseball that just operate differently than everyone else. It's
just
like
a little bit.
It's like the Brewers and the Guardians and these guys and like a few others.
Yeah.
They're always tinkering. You're like, well, you just traded this guy, and you're like, well, yeah, well, we just got a guy who's going to be an all-star in 3 years or whatever. But they had a great start to the year, but it's a tough division for all these teams. That's a factor. It's hard to make the playoffs when you play in such a tough division.
Yeah.
But they've been making a lot of moves already, and they're always like mingling and cooking something. So they'll probably end up being fine. But as it sits right now, right-handed pitcher Adam Hauser for them elected to go to free agency. The Reds traded the right fielder Ryan Velarde to the Rays for cash considerations. That's usually like the opposite move they make, I guess.
Yeah.
They got a few guys back from IL. Shane McClanahan's back, which is big for them. Not having him pitch all year, he's probably their ace, so that helps.
Yeah, that helps big time.
Manuel Rodriguez off to 60-day IL. But then, I mean, they DFA'd a few guys, nothing crazy. It's just all in-house stuff that they like to tinker with. But as far as, like, free agency goes, I guess they traded some other guys away for cash. They traded right-handed pitcher Joey Gerber to the Mets for some cash, some Gerber life.
Gerber life.
And they also traded right-handed pitcher Cole Wilcox to the Mariners for cash. So I don't imagine them making a big splash. They have a few young guys who can play, Yanier Diaz and Junior Caminero especially.
Yeah.
He's going to be great.
He's going to do great.
He just hits bombs. But mostly you kind of look for them to make the smart money move. You never know who they're going to go after.
Yeah.
But they just go after, like, the best deals, really.
And
they'll probably be waiting towards the end of free agency to start picking off guys who are
Well,
getting
you can
desperate.
see that with what they're doing with these moves.
Yeah, I mean,
just they're cleaning it up.
Yeah, those teams that operate,
yeah,
and I give them respect because they're usually good. I wish the Rockies would be this smart, but I usually feel like with teams like this, they find a way to be decent. It's hard for the Rays because their division's so good. Like for these Central teams, it's like, all right, if we can muster a decent team here, we can win the division. Whereas here, it's like, all right, you have to have a kind of a squad and a good year.
Yeah,
it's got to be there.
A great year. I mean, they're three of the 5 of them made playoffs.
Yeah,
so you're sitting there and like you're thinking, man,
it's a tough field.
Yeah, what are we gonna do?
It's a tough field.
You know.
And I think that whatever they do, it's not gonna be breaking. I could see them trading Yanier Diaz while is that right? I feel like I'm mixing him and someone up.
Yeah, that's why we got Google. You know, quick little Google search.
I am. No, they already did that. Yeah. No, I'm thinking of Isaac Paredes.
Oh, my brother.
That's your brother?
Yeah.
Oh, because...
Yeah, we look the same, don't we?
Yeah, exactly the same. No,
what do you mean?
I think that they trade, if anything would make headlines that they do, it would be trading Isaac Paredes while he has value and they can flip him for more than they got him, which is that's what these teams always do.
Yeah.
But I think that probably wraps up our AL East off-season roadmap, if you will.
Yeah. The big ones were Blue Jays needing Bo Bichette.
Yeah.
We got the Red Sox.
The Red Sox filling the Bregman and Giolito holes. Pause.
Yeah. Orioles and Adley Rutschman.
Rutschman trade talks and starting pitching.
In pitching.
Yankees kind of all over.
Yeah, Yankees. Well, Yankees is gonna be their
Get
outfield.
pitching healthy and sign some
healthy
outfielders,
pitching,
relievers, outfielders.
Yes, so almost everything.
Most of this. Get Volpe. I don't know. Send him to Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Something.
Anyway, I think that's gonna do it for us today. We'll try and be back within the next division. We'll probably go American League, then National League. I don't know. It's random.
Yeah,
we're not married to anything.
Yeah,
here.
we're not sticking to a set. Ooh, we're gonna do NL Central next.
I think we are gonna do one big Rockies episode, just to go over the absolute whirlwind of a organization it is right now. We still need a GM and a head coach. So.
Yeah.
And about everything on the field.
Yeah. And we need to not have another 100-year loss.
Yeah.
100-game loss.
Yeah. That'll do it for us. Thank you for coming into The Pond.
Yep.
I'm Matt Sapikoff.
And I'm Isaac Manoff. Hopefully, this recorded.
Yeah.
You know. So.
But first time on video is what we look like. So thank you guys for coming in.
Yep. Appreciate it. Have a good one.